Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia. In this video I'm gonna show you guys how to crochet this simple long skirt with two colors, our pink and our off-white. So nothing too special here. We're gonna be using three different stitches. The band is gonna have a different stitch, and then we have our body of the skirt is gonna have two different stitches. So that's what we're gonna be working on. Go ahead and grab your materials and we can go ahead and get started. Okay my lovelies, before we get started I'm gonna show you all the materials we're using for this project. And as you can see, I am having to work with these two. I will use these two yarns here, the pink and the off-white. These are both from Azurite by Timmins, 100% acrylic, lightweight number 3. And obviously you can see pink and off-white here. Recommended hook size for this yarn is 3.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hook, but you will notice that I'm gonna be using a 5 millimeter crochet hook, and it's H8 US. It's just a preference, so you can either go with what is recommended or you can try to use the same one I'm using. I have my darning needle here to be able to join my work. I have a scissors here that I will be able to use to cut my yarn, and then of course I have my scissors as well. If you do need some stitch markers, just grab some and just have them handy so that you can also go ahead and have those when you're working on your project. Okay, so this is everything that we need for this. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay my lovelies, so I'm gonna start by using the off-white color, and this is gonna be to do the band. So we're gonna start with the band. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a hanging yarn just to be able to join our band together. And I'm gonna start by doing a slip knot like this, and then I'm going to start by doing a chain of 11. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So this chain of 11 is actually gonna be the width of my band. So if you want your width to be smaller, do less chains, and if you want your width to be wider, then do more chains. Okay, so with that chain of 11, I'm going to skip this chain right here, and in that one I'm gonna go in the back and complete a single crochet in the back of the next chain there. And then I'm gonna go to the back of the next chain and I'm gonna complete a single crochet, and then to the back of the next chain I'm gonna do a single crochet, and I will just do this all throughout the 10 stitches, and at the end you should have 10 stitches for the band. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go through all the way to the end, and as you can see here. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you how to do a few rows of this, and this is gonna be a repeat for a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you how to measure to get the length of the band of the band of the skirt. It's gonna be however the size is. Okay, so you're gonna be able to know how to measure to get that. So that's it here. So this is my first row of the single crochet. I'm gonna chain one and turn, and then now I'm going to go and do grab the back loop here to complete my single crochet. So I just go ahead and do single crochets in the back loop, and I'm gonna do this for 9 stitches, and in the 10th, which is the last one, I'm gonna go through both loops just for stability, for my band to be stable and not too gappy and things like that. And of course in this part here you don't have to do the same. You can absolutely go through the back loop for the final stitch as well. It's just a preference of mine that in the final stitch here I go through both loops. So I just grab both of the loops like that, and I complete my final single crochet like this. So that's the end of my row 2. For row 3, I repeat what I did in row 2, which is chain 1 and turn, and then in that very first stitch I complete a back loop single crochet, and then I move on to the next stitch and complete a back loop single crochet, and I do this for the next 9, and then for the 10th I go through the back loop, and that's what I pretty much repeat until I have the band for my skirt. Now, how do you know when you reach the size that you want? what you do is you take your tape measure, and you can use any units. You can either use the centimeters, you can use the meters, you can use whatever you try to use. I use inches personally. So what I do is, then let me just show you here. So I take the part that is inches, which is this part here, and I just loop it around the widest part of my hips. And my measurements fluctuates between 38 and 40 inches. And so what I will do is I will build my band until, if I really stretch it, when I really stretch it, it's gonna bring me to that. Let's say I'll go with 40 just to play, because I would rather it is a little bit loose than too tight, especially for when you try to bring your skirt up from the bottom or from the top. But I want it to be about 38 to 40 inches. So I will work my band here, and this stitch is very stretchy. So I will work and keep stretching and keep measuring when I hit the number of inches that I need, or that is appropriate for my size or the size of whoever you're making yours for. Then you're gonna stop and come back to the video. So go ahead and do that, and I will show you how to join our band and then how to actually start building down our skirt. Okay, I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed the band for my skirt, and as you can see here, this is pretty much what I have if I don't stretch it. But if I stretch it, it stretches quite far. So it stretches to about 40 inches for me, which is what I want. So I'm gonna stop that here, and what I will do is I will join. And for those of you who want to know, I have about 100 rows. Okay, so 50 of these, like the reason I said 50 is because I count these lumps here, and then I double, because this lump here makes 2 rows of each of the single crochet. So I have 100 rows altogether here. Okay, so just in case you wanted to know how many rows I did. Okay, and for those of you who want to know what size I'm making, I normally go between a small to a medium. So it's between a small medium in terms of sizing. Okay, so what I do is I just fold my work like that, and then I will use the string that I had left when we started the project, and I'm just gonna join it across here. And the way I do it is I just go ahead, after putting my darning needle or my yarn in the darning needle, I grab the 2 loops on this side and then the 2 loops on the other side. They're gonna match up because you have 10 stitches here, so you will not have a problem with the stitches not matching up. And then what I do in that same stitch is I go through that same stitch again for the second time. Okay, just to kind of make sure I'm securing these here nice and tight. And you pull, but don't pull too much. You don't want it to be too snatched. And then what I do from here on is I grab the inside of this loop here and the outside on the opposite side of the second stitch. Okay, and then again I go and grab the first loop here and on the inside, and then the outside on the other side. So the inside here, the outside on the other side. Okay, so then just do this and line up your stitches all the way to the end. Make sure you're not pulling too much. Make sure you're just doing it very nice and light and comfortable. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and join all the way to the end here, and when I have completed everything, I will come back to the video. Okay, and now that I have 1 stitch to go, so which is this stitch here and this stitch here, I go through both loops here as well, just like I did at the beginning. So I'll grab both loops here and then both loops on the other side. I will pull, and I will do that one more time, just like we did at the beginning. But this time I'm gonna take the yarn and just loop it around like that, and this simulates a chain 1 to lock in that section. Okay, so nice joining is just right here. You know, you can barely see that that's where we joined. And then I will just remove my darning needle. I'll put it away, and now I have a complete band like this. Okay, and so when you leave your string hanging like this, you also end up having to just continue where you left off with your working yarn. That way you didn't have to cut and then join, which is what I see a lot of people do. Okay, and then for the next row, I'm going to do just one row in this white, and what I will do is I will alternate by doing a couple of rows of white, a couple of rows in the pink, and this is pretty much how it's gonna kind of design itself all the way down. Okay, so for this row here, I'm going to do a chain of 2. I'm gonna do a chain of 1, And then in this stitch here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a half double crochet just in that stitch. So this chain 1 here counts as a half double crochet. And then I'm gonna go, so what I will do here is we have 100 stitches, 100 rows, like I said. So on each row, I'm gonna put a stitch. So at the end of every row that I have done, I will have 100 stitches, okay? So as you can see, the chain 1 connects to this, and then the one I just did here connects to this. So now the next one I'm gonna do is connects to now we're working on this lump here. So I put one there and I put one here, and then I move on and I put one here, and I put one here, okay? And then I go here and I do my half double crochet and then my half double crochet here. So as you can see, I'm just working my half double crochets around the band, and that's how it looks like. So I'm gonna do this all around until I come back to here. So you should be able to do your last half double crochet right here, and then come back to the video and I will show you how to slip stitch and join these two, the beginning and the end, and then we will go ahead and change the color. And you can do this with one solid color or multiple colors. So how you change the color is going to be absolutely up to you. I'm just showing you how to change the color the way I want the pattern to appear, okay? So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed the row of half double crochets around my band. So as you can see, that's how it looks like. Okay, so I just done my last half double crochet here. So I will go ahead and slip stitch on top of the chain 1, just like this. But actually, because I'm changing color, I'm not going to slip stitch through because I would like to change the color here. So what I will do is I will go ahead and cut this yarn somewhere here. I'll put my white yarn away, and then I will bring in the pink, and with the pink I will go ahead and start the next row. And so what I will do here then will make it so that I do multiple rows of the pink before we change it back to the white, okay? So to change the color, what I usually do before I complete the slip stitch, I bring it in, and then I bring in my new color, and I just kind of bring it in like this. And then I will chain however many I chain. So in this case, because I'm chaining 1, I just do my chain 1 like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the next row, which is this chain 1 is attached to that stitch. So in the next stitch right here, I'm going to complete a half double crochet like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead. Oop, I actually just made a mistake here. Let's go back. So what I will do is I will do chain 2 here, because what I will do with this project is I'm gonna be alternating a row of double crochet and a row of half double crochet. So the row we did here was of half double crochet. So this row here is going to be of double crochet. So this is chain 2, which is it counts as a double crochet. So I will go into this stitch here and complete a double crochet. And then I will go into the next stitch and complete a double crochet, and then into the next stitch a double crochet, okay? And so for this whole row here, I'm going to be doing rows of double crochet, okay? So go ahead and complete this row. Nothing now to be able to tell you, because you just have to go and follow your stitches by doing the half double crochet. So do that until you come back to here. So your last stitch obviously will be a double crochet stitch here, and then come back to the video. I will show you how to start the next row, just so you can see how we start the next row. And then that's going to be a repeat. So your row of half double crochet and a row of double crochet is your 2 repeats, okay? And then I will explain how I'm going to do the color pattern. You can do the change color pattern however you want. You can do this in one solid color. This is all up to you at this point, okay? So let's go ahead and finish this, and then I will meet you guys when you get back to here. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed my second row here, which is my row of double crochet. And so I have done my last double crochet there. So I'm going to slip stitch on top of this chain 2, and that will complete this row, okay? So that's how it looks. And then I'm going to go ahead and start my third row. I'm going to chain 1, because this is our row of half double crochet. And what I will do is in that stitch here, I'm going to go ahead and complete a half double crochet. And then I'm going to go into the next stitch and complete a half double crochet. and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a half double crochet. And so for this row, I do a full row of half double crochet. When I get to here, okay, so this should be my last half double crochet here, I will slip stitch on top of this chain 1, and then I will chain 2 and then do a row of the double crochet, and I do that completely until the end. I slip stitch, and then I do a chain of 1 to do my half double crochet row. So my half double crochet row will start with a chain 1, my double crochet will start with chain 2, which both count as a stitch. Now you're gonna do this however long you want to do it for each color. If you're working with just one color, then you just continue this pattern as long as you want your skirt to be. And if you're changing color, you can change the color however. You can do 2 rows of each, you can do 1 row of each. At that point, it's absolutely up to you. As you can obviously see at the beginning of the video, you will see how I did my pattern. Okay, so you're gonna be able to follow your own pattern to give you the type of look that you want in terms of the color change. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna continue to change the colors however I want to change the colors, and you're gonna do the same. And then you just pretty much create the length of your skirt. So I'm gonna do this, and then I will come back, maybe an update here and there, but I will be able to just kind of continue working until I have the length that I want. So I will see you guys when you have reached that length. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed my skirt here. So as you can see, it's pretty long. Again, I made it so that it goes all the way down to my ankles. So that this is how I decided to do the pattern for the colors, how I changed the colors. So because I had a lot more of the pink, I decided to do more rows in the pink. So as you can see here, I did 5 rows of the white here right after the white band. I did 5 rows in the pink. And then I did 3 rows in the off-white, and then 5 rows in the pink, and then 3 rows in the off-white. And then I did, I think, 20 rows here in the pink. And then I went back to repeating what I did at the beginning here, all the way to the bottom, and then all the way at the bottom, I finished it off with just the pink. Okay, this was simply just because I had more of the pink, and I just wanted to do something different so that it's not exactly the same pattern like this all throughout. So again, like I said at the beginning, you just change the colors however you want. So I did exactly that. I just changed the colors the way I wanted. Okay, so this is it here. The other thing that I did off camera was, it fits me well. I tried it on. It fits me perfectly. This kind of snatches really well on my waist. And the skirt is very nice, especially with this change of colors. The pink's very soft, very nice. But just in case it may get looser in the future, especially with washing, I decided to do a draw strap. So I did a chain that is just long enough for me to bring in, and because again I didn't have any of the white color here left, I decided to do that in the pink. So that is what I have here, and then I just kind of weaved it along the top of the band there like this. So for those of you who have not done this before, just check out any of the videos on my channel that are either for shorts, pants, and or skirts. I would have shown you how to do this. I just do my chain to be as long as I want it to be, and then I use a darning needle to literally just go along like this all around, and then I have it here so I can then tie these two at the front like this, or you can tie these in the back, however you like to wear your strap. Okay, so this is it here. I have completed it. I didn't count how many rows I have, but because it's not actually that important, but I did enough rows that I went all the way down to my ankles. Yeah, so I will be able to tell you guys, I think I used about 5 skeins in the pink, and I think maybe a skein, about 2 skeins in the off-white here. So I will put that in the description box as well. Okay, so this is the end of the video here. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. I hope you guys enjoy making this one. It's simple, it's suitable for beginners, and as you can see, just that pattern that we did here, which is the alternation of half double crochet and the double crochet, makes it so that it has a nice reliefs like this. It has a nice pattern. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Okay, well, thank you so much again. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to like, to share, all the good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.